Bye now. And this is where we're going to church this morning. Wow, look at those cows. A big herd would have a field day in there. Oh, this is Garden of Eden. Secret garden. Wow. Wonder who's responsible for this. There's a wee plaque there remembering someone.
Cork oak tree.
Which one's the cork oak tree?
Must be the one behind.
The one at the end. Right. Look at the succulents, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Flower Ferry, you would love this place. And this is just the information desk, and look who we have on it. Bran and Magalt, who were in our house a month ago getting videoed. My goodness. And look at this, look at this. Wow. And this is what you've got here. This is a big centre. And this is the view from right up at the top of the church. It's almost like a lecture theatre. And the sound desk and all the rest of it's up there. And the church has strong connections to Newtonbreeda Baptist and Carrickfergus, because the Loulés are involved here from Carrickfergus. I am in sunny Portugal. I am just outside Vilamoura. I'm over in Loulé.
Yeah, the area of Loulé. Yeah.
The
area of Loulé.
Or the Vale of Loulé.
It's called Vale of Judeu, the Valley of the Jewish Valley.
Jewish Valley,
yeah. Isn't
that quite appropriate?
Yeah,
and I've got with me the pastor, or one of the pastors of
the International Evangelical Church of the Algarve. Yeah, my name's Barry. I am one of the two pastors here. Pastor Mark, who's the senior pastor, he's not with us at the moment. He's in Ireland at the moment, and I am primarily responsible for the Portuguese-speaking ministry here of the local church.
And give me. So I'm saying to the folks at home or folks further abroad, yeah. If you are coming to the Algarve, if you are coming to Vilamoura in particular, but not just Vilamoura, you are going to be within striking distance of this International Evangelical Church. Yeah. And what's its full address?
Yeah, so the full address is Várzea de Mão, Estrada de Estação, 8100 300 Vale of Judeu.
Okay, yeah. And we were able to look that up on the internet and find it.
All you need to do is Google International Evangelical Church of the Algarve, and you'll get it. One of the first things that pops up is that church.
So if you are a Christian, or if you are interested in Christianity, and if you are interested in finding a lively Christian church in this locality, this is the one to come to. And I'll just do a sweep round to show you. We just had a service here this morning, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And we're out in the countryside here.
Yes, it is the countryside.
It is a wee bit hard to find. We would never have found this on our own, except for the taxi driver.
Yeah, well, this church, believe it or believe it not, is over 35 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Right. It was founded by a Dutch-Swiss couple who came here as missionaries. They found this place. Their first service was under an almond tree, would you believe?
Wow.
And then in the 90s, they finally got the money, the finances to build what we have here as the building. and from then they were here until 2008 they retired. Then, as I said, the senior pastor here, my colleague Mark Loulé, he was brought in as the pastor for the international speaking side of the church. We came down in 2013 as the ministry team for the Portuguese speaking side, and obviously then we have another chap who's from the north as well. I'm the only one from the south here, so I get the brunt of all the jokes.
And rightly so.
Exactly. Who's responsible for the youth on our summer camps. We've got Camp Sunshine,
right,
which has been running for the last, I can't remember how long, about 11, 12 years maybe now, I think. And so yeah, we're actually, next week is the beginning of boot camp. We're going to have 3 weeks of camp, which we get a lot. It's an evangelistic type camp where we get, a lot of people from social homes, different people from different sides of society come in. Our objective obviously is the gospel. We want to preach the gospel, share the gospel, and also have a time of activities with them, getting to know these kids. It's been an amazing 12, 13 years.
And how many youngsters would...
Well, we would have over 3 weeks, we would have about the bones, and this is including logistics leaders and campers, we could have up to about 150 people a week on site. We've now got a Bible school running that began in 2020. Of all times to begin a Bible school, 2020. But we have, the Bible school's running well. We've just finished our 3rd year running the Bible school. If you want more information about that as well, just contact the church.
Or you have a website?
We have a website as well, www.iec-algarve.com, I think, and that will bring you .com or .org. That will take you to the website, and that will take you then to each individual part of the ministry here.
Right.
The international side, the Portuguese speaking side, the Slavic side now, we've got a Slavic ministry.
Brilliant.
The Bible school, which has been running, as I said, 3 years, and our camps. Right. And then other activities we have going on over the year. So as I said, yes, we've got camp run coming up now, 150 kids and adolescents over a space of 3 weeks. So it's about 450 people in total.
And what age range for the camps?
So we'd have maybe, I think the youngest age to begin is 7. So 7 up to about 11 is we would consider kids. So they would come for the first week, and then the final 2 weeks are designated for youth, anybody from 12 to 18.
Right.
So we get people coming over from Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland. We've got Dutch, we've got Portuguese, we've got Ukrainians now, Belarusians. It's a big eclectic bunch of campers.
There must have been up on 100 plus people today, here this morning?
Yeah, here this morning we had, I'd say,
and they're from all
170 people.
Oh, nearly 200 folks, and they're from all arts and parts.
Yeah, a lot of people here would be visitors at this time of the year as well. We get a lot of visitors coming over. So, as yourself, looking for a church to come to on a Sunday morning.
That's right.
So we have a core membership, and then obviously over the summer period that kind of peaks when you've got a lot of visitors coming in. They want to come and they want a church service in the morning. So this is the place they come to.
And you would have a resident number of expats as well here?
We do have a resident number of expats that would be the core members. We've got South Africans now, a lot of South Africans who've left South Africa and they're coming here. We've had Americans coming over. We actually have Portuguese who actually lived in America. They're coming back in. So even the Portuguese-speaking side has grown over the last few years with people coming into
maybe Portugal. Brazilians as well?
We've got a lot of Brazilians.
Right.
So the Portuguese-speaking side is about 70, 80 people. Right. And that's turned international as well. You've got Brazilians, Colombians, Ukrainians, Africans. So it really is an international church.
And lastly, what the dickens is a man from new town outside?
I was
Dublin?
actually born in Mullingar, in Westmeath.
In Westmeath. What is a man from Mullingar doing out
it's a long
Portugal?
Story. My parents are from a small town outside of Westmeath, or Mullingar, called Castle Pollard. They grew up there. I was born in Mullingar. We moved to Newbridge in Kildare because my dad was an engineer. And we lived there 14 years of my life, 12, 14 years of my life were there. And then my dad had to change jobs. He worked for Black & Decker, it closed. He got a job on the west side of Ireland, southwest. So I lived for about 4 years in Limerick before I ended up coming here. Now, how does an Irishman come from Westmeath to Newbridge to Limerick to Portugal? Well, it's amazing what love will do. I was part of a local church in Limerick. I was going through a bit of a difficult patch in my own life. and my dad of all people spoke about a Portuguese exchange student that was coming to the services. So I showed up just to see what was going on. And lo and behold, I didn't know that would be my future wife. So we began a relationship together in Ireland. She was studying temporarily in Ireland. She came back to Portugal, 96. I said, well, look, if we're going to stay together, one of us has to make the move. I came over. I'm 27 years in Portugal, 25 years married, 3 kids. And I was a secular background is teaching. Never wanted to go into ministry, never had a calling for it until God pushed me into a corner and said, no, I want you to go into ministry. So we've been full-time ministry for the last 10 years down here, working primarily, as I say, with Portuguese speaking.
And it must be a great hardship in the sun.
Oh, it's a hard life. It's a hard life. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it must be hard. No, I must admit, it is nice to have a bit of a cool day.
It is. A cool day would be around 25.
Exactly. The heat is lovely when you're not working, but when you're working,
I'm only winding
I know. But I might just say that just in case people were thinking, that's a handy job that guy has.
I know. Well, look, that's been brilliant.
Yeah.
And from this church, folks have gone out to Lesotho in Africa and built orphanages there too. This is Jill from the church here in the Algarve, and she has just recently died, but she was mummy to so many children in Lesotho, and hopefully her work will carry on. Wow, I'm almost tempted to come and live in Portugal. This is just fabulous. Fabulous. Oh wow, look at the size of that cow. There's a way into the shade. Look at that points. And then all the wee ones down below. Just away from the church building and lecture hall in there to the right, I think it is. We've got the campsite that's being prepared for Camp Sunshine over the next 3 weeks, and they're expecting something like 150 youngsters a week. So if you're looking for a place to bring your kids to, Christian Centre, this might be
Camp Sunshine.
This might be the place to bring the children, and you can go and sign into one of the local hotels like the Dom Pedro while they rough it.
And have a great time.
And have a great time, yes. That's just wonderful here. Of course, it's the weather makes it all. So come and check out the place yourself. Once again, I would encourage you, if you are in the Algarve area for your holidays, 2 weeks or 1 or 3 weeks, check out the Evangelical Christian Church here at Loulé. I think the name of the Loulé. The name of the area is. This is the church leaflet. International Evangelical Church of the Algarve, and service is 10:30 in English with translation into Portuguese and German on request. Sunday school for kids during the service. Coffee and tea served after the service. Weekly Bible study. For further information, and there is their website, and there's their address. Now, we took a taxi there, and it was €18 each way, so that was €36. And it was value for money. But that's the address, and you know, between you and me and the garden fence, it is quite difficult just to find the place if you haven't got a car. And there's the Google Maps, and there's the telephone number, and there's the email address, and there's the map. It's in the Vale of Judeu, or the Judeu Vale area. And this place is definitely worth checking out, folks, if you are in the locality. And this is the Portuguese version of what I've just read out there.